everybody. I'm exhausted. Trying to keep all of
That's right.
the balls up.
Just take a rest and drive up to Lake County.
Yes. Yeah. So I've already done that just once this week, twice last week, and I'll be up there again next week, it looks like. So yes, we're all having fun. How is everyone today?
Doing great. 10-day escrows.
Good.
Counting escrows? That's good.
10-day escrows.
Did you get your deal together, Eric?
Yeah, second one in a row at 10 days all cash.
Great,
Oh my God.
great.
We just had a client very insulted that we got a $2.6 million offer, all cash, at a 10-day close, and yeah, so I really don't know how to react to that. It's a funny, interesting market out there, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
My sellers were sure happy.
Good. Well, market, my predictions were really after Labor Day, we'd start seeing an increase in transactions. I'm starting to see some of you guys getting the 5, 6, 7 offers again, where, just a couple of weeks ago, properly priced property in a price range might only get 1 or 2 offers. Are you guys seeing that also? Everybody's being really shy today.
Liz got 12 offers on her Vallejo Street. I know that.
Wow, 12?
Yeah.
I think Lori got 7 on Sunlit Inn. So yeah, guys, like I said, it's going to anything priced correctly. As soon as we got through Labor Day, we're really going to see an increase in the marketplace. I think it's really important. The consumers are out there. We have prime locations. I'm trying to get ready for this party, so I put in as much hours on the weekend as I do during the week. But I drive by our Sebastopol office and no one's there. You drive by our offices, guys, there's opportunity there. There's really a lot of opportunity at these offices. Lake County does a wonderful job of holding their offices open. And as my old boss used to tell me, your raise is effective when you are. It's not about commission splits or anything else. It's about being effective. And being effective is doing real estate activities. So if that means writing personal handwritten notes while you're at floor time, that's what it is. But always be ready for that consumer to come into that door and go, hey, can you show me this property? Or, hey, this is what I want to buy. Martha, wasn't it you had a pretty solid, I know Maureen had a pretty solid walk-in when you were at.
Yeah, I had somebody, I've had a few walk-ins. So in the last couple of months, I've been trying to go into the office and take floor time at least a couple times a week. But, and I have gotten some really good calls to date. None of those have actually turned into listings, but they could, the next one will.
It's all about numbers, and if you get the at-bats from being prepared, real estate will happen. And it might not happen from that person that called in while you're on floor time or that person that walks in the door. But I'll tell you, if you get your mind into real estate and you keep doing real estate activities, real estate will come to you. It's just how it is. So I encourage you guys to, be out there and try to be in front of the consumer. And the front desk of our very nicely located offices is a good place to have opportunity. So please try to sign up there.
Has the Santa Rosa office moved already?
Yeah, you could kind of call it that. So, yeah, we've got,
Heather's there in the office and right now.
Oh,
She's
cool.
Here's my office.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I gave away the two best offices to, our two top producers there, Heather and Mary over there in, Santa Rosa. So now everybody, my workers are going, "Where are you sitting, Randy?" And I said, "It looks like maybe the front desk." I don't know. But we'll work it out. But cool space. We'll get there. We've discovered we have a lot more furniture than I thought we had. I don't know where a lot of this stuff was hiding in the old Santa Rosa office, but it is definitely come out of the woodwork. And unfortunately, our landlord, it doesn't seem to mean a lot with these landlords in that, or that any contractual thing means anything. I'm really finding that, and it's hard for me to understand, since Vicky Nadorf has drilled into my head, what does the contract say? And I see a lot of people pointing fingers everywhere, but they don't look at what the contract says. Doesn't matter what we talked about, it matters what the contract said. And our landlord on 4th Street was supposed to take a bunch of furniture, and now he wants us to store it, which means I'm getting rid of it. It'll be stored at the local dump or somewhere, or hope a 501c3. We have donated a lot to the nonprofit boys group called Green Acres. Some of us were involved in their golf tournament a few years ago when we used to do those kind of fundraisers. You guys remember that? So they're so excited that they've got, to them, brand new desk and new chairs and dividers for their students. So they're super excited, and that makes me feel good.
Just if I can interject, Rachel, Michaela, and Marisa are all here at the office today, just getting it dialed in. So I think by the end of it today, I mean, there's still, like, you look indoors, there's stuffed furniture, but overall office, I think, is going to be really usable by the end of today. So if anybody wants to come in, it's starting to look good.
I mean, we got
I'm on my way to the Santa Rosa office now. Did it actually move locations?
Yes, Rebecca.
What the heck? Where is it?
Give her the new address, will you, Randy?
Yeah. Okay, everybody, write this down. 1619 4th Street.
1619 4th Street. Got it.
Yeah. It's
Hey, Randy, while you're
Changing
at it, what's
location
your
now.
address tomorrow? Oh, sorry.
what's that?
I said, while you're at it, what's your street address for the party tomorrow?
It is 11450 Barnett Valley Road.
Okay, great, thanks.
And if we've got any staff member, do we have a staff member on?
I think they're all working hard. So
Yeah,
I
I think they're all afraid of me. So I think yesterday we wanted some help. Gary, would you mind sending Vicky Adorf and Bill Jensen a personal invitation from us to the party?
Sure.
That'd be great. Bill, I had mentioned, and him and his wife thought maybe they might show up if we formally invited them. So it'd be great to see them.
Okay.
Hey, can
Yeah.
I say something, Randy?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So, hi, I know there's several new people that I haven't met in the office yet, but I'm Julie Etchell, and I've been basically out for the last year getting cancer treatments and stuff, but I'm now back. And I know that I love your saying that when you do real estate happens, Randy. I've just started, every time you get out and then you get back in, it's a real big push to make anything happen. So I've been doing my little push here, push there. And out of the blue, someone found me on the Facebook Moms group, contacted me, and I've got these new buyers that I'm starting to work with just out of the blue because I was doing real estate and real estate happened. And I told my dad that yesterday. I said, Randy always says. So I just thought that was pretty appropriate considering what you're saying today.
Very
Thank you,
good.
man.
God, have you back.
Good to see you back.
Yeah, me too. It's exciting.
Great, great. I'll just give you some market stats. I'm working on the blog, and the local market is kind of reflecting what this group Altos Research does on a national basis. But the overall appreciation rate for the year is going to kind of fall in the 10% range. It'll vary from market to market. It actually peaked on a year-over-year basis in May when it was 18% a year-over-year, and it's declined down to 10% year-over-year. So, and that's what they kind of expect going the year to end and going into 2022. We were talking about these immediate sales and multiple offers. About 20 to 25% of transactions have what's called immediate sales. And that means they come on the market and they sell right away. So 20 to 25% of the inventory has immediate sales. The price reduction on when properties needing price reductions is about 30% of the market. It's a little lower in our markets, but and on a national basis, it's about 27% right now. It was a low of 15% in April. So that number is creeping up, the number of properties having to take price reductions. So those are kind of two leading indicators to look at. The days on market on a national basis is like 35 days. And that varies in our markets from a low of 29, I think, in Petaluma, and a high of 60 in Oakmont. Those are some of the broad stats that I picked up from that webinar yesterday. And how about, are we ready to talk about upcoming listings and buyer needs?
Come on, guys. Well, I'll tell you.
Me.
You go. Me. Go me.
I'm driving, so bear with me. I just listed a 2-bedroom, 1-bath at 1120 Rutledge Ave in Santa Rosa for $469. It is a large lot on a lively street and an amazing first-time buyer opportunity. So if you have anybody looking in the $469,000 range, give me a ring. Thank you.
Hey guys, I have to read something that just popped up on my email here from one of our new agents, Felix Aguirre. Thank you, Randy. I am humbled by our meeting. I am inspired by your journey. I have confidence having made the right choice. I know I will be successful here. Best regards, Felix. Felix, that is beautiful. And thank you for that. It is great to have you as part of our team.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Felix. And those new agents I don't know if any are on today, in Clear Lake, who joined us with the David Hughes.
I'm here.
Oh, hi, Maria. Good to see you. And I hope to meet you soon. But welcome to those new agents who were with David Hughes, ERA. And we're looking forward to relocating to that beautifully located office there very quickly. And then speaking of compliments, Joe Hebel put in a nice compliment in the chat that says, Michaela, the new admin at Sonoma office, is amazing. She is so knowledgeable. So thanks, Joe, for pointing that out. Great.
And I have to, Bradley's been absolutely awesome. She stepped up, switched all of our phones, everything we needed, broker stuff. And we're just so happy to have Bradley as part of our team now. And she'll be helping all of you in Lake County, part of the David Hughes group. She is phenomenal. I can't believe how she helped within 1 week set everything up. So thank you. Don't see her out there, but you know, when you see her, thank her. So you guys know one of the things that in regards to Dave Hughes's location, Gary and I, of course, will be at the owners retreat starting, we'll all be there on the 18th, but I have an appointment on Monday with somebody from the Meredith Corporation, their head decorator, Max. So he wants, and I've got to talk to David about getting pictures of the inside of his building, and I've got pictures of the outside of the building that Meredith wants to help us pick the colors that they think will just rock that place. So anyways, kind of excited about that, and also a little afraid of what he might pick as far as colors go, but that's what he does. I say go to the appropriate expert for getting your information, and I will be having an hour consultation with him, not next Monday, the Monday after. So kind of excited about that, and getting to the painting of the David Hughes locations. It'll be great. Other people, upcoming listings, come on. Okay, then I will speak. I have an upcoming listing from one of my elderly clients on Kenmore Lane off of Gardner in Southwest Santa Rosa. Actually, we're going to go in and do some work to it, though it doesn't need a lot of work. It's probably going to be around the 600, 650 price range. It was a manufactured home, but you really can't tell that it was. It is on a foundation. It's in a really nice little tucked in the location there in Southwest. There is a school farther behind it, but there's a county road, which I used to live behind when I lived in Northwest Santa Rosa. And it's actually great because it's very seldom traveled in that. Beautiful yard, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Again, it's probably going to be around 600. Any other listings out there? Gary, you spotting anybody?
Yeah, I think we'll be getting one of our referral agents. And by the way, we have what we call a LifeRow network. It's a DBA of ours that's registered with the Department of Real Estate and so forth. And LifeRow stands for Limited Function Real Estate Office. And what it is agents who want to hang their license with us and do referrals can do so through this network, and they don't have to join NORBAR and pay the NAR dues and the CAR dues or the MLS dues. They just, if they have someone they know, they refer it to one of our other agents, and they get a 25% referral fee. So anyway, we have one agent in that network who lives in Petaluma, and she's talked to me last week, and I referred her to Sheila Degnan because Sheila knows that Petaluma market really well. She lived there and owns property there. And so I think her house may be coming on the market. I don't know anything about it, but if you have a buyer for Petaluma, I know the inventory is really tight there. It's really the tightest market in all of wine country with, I think it's less than 1 month of inventory available. More homes sell each month than are in the inventory at the beginning of the month. So it's been that way for about a year there in Petaluma. So if you need something in Petaluma, call Sheila Degnan, and she can maybe ferret out the details about the property. Christine, I see you raising your hand.
You're on mute.
Sorry. I have 2 listings coming up. One is in Lucerne, and it's a small little 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but one of the bathrooms is in the garage. Long story short, it has 3 lots, and I think it's going to go on about 269. But they want to finish getting it cleaned up and things before we put it out there. And then I have another commercial. I have a store with apartments above it. I don't want to talk too much about yet till I actually get the signature on it. I talked to him yesterday, and they think they should have it ready for photos within the next 30 days, and I'll be getting that one. That one should be, it's going to be somewhere in between 1,250,000 and 1,500,000. We don't know exactly yet. I have to redo the cap rate on it. So
Great.
that's all.
Great.
Amy's
got her hand up.
Oh, Amy.
I
Hey, real
do.
quick.
Hi.
Trudy, did you put Cameron in the corner over there again? He looks like you put him in the corner. Just checking. Go ahead, Amy.
So I just want to bring up my 2 upcoming listings again. I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I have 6 acres in Redwood Valley. It's listing for $549,500. It's been all cleaned up, lots of pre-listing work and inspections, so it's ready to go. I also have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath coming up in town in Ukiah on the southwest side. Also going to be cleaned up and looking sharp, because right now it really isn't. And that'll probably list for high 3s, low 4s when we get it ready. Also want to remind you that I have a beautiful luxury home off-grid up in southern Humboldt County listed for 1.2. If you want more information on that, I can get it to you.
Thanks. That's Amy Ray in our Ukiah office. By the way, if you want to, if you're not totally familiar with Zoom and want to raise your hand, on the lower bar, there's a thing called reactions, and you can also, you can clap and things like that. But you can also raise your hand in that box. So, there's Alejandro raised his hand. So, what do you got?
Hi guys. Well, you're my new family. So Freddie Diaz, which is my mentor, want me to share with you my experience yesterday. Was my first time doing the floor in Sonoma office. And I want to share with you that it went well. I'm still shy, but it's the beginning. So you guys are seeing the beginning of me at this new venture. And I just want to share that. Thank you. I want to shout out to Freddie and Micaela. They helped me and they really make me, I felt their support. So thank you guys. And I want to share that.
Thank you, Alejandro. That's great. I'm glad you're doing some floor time. Mary, what do you got?
Oh, can you hear me? Am I on?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Okay, so I probably announced this once before, but I'm going to announce it again because there might be others. So I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house in Occidental coming on the market, an acre and a third, decent well, decent septic, flat, nice kitchen, and that should be coming on. We're trying to make it beginning of October, but I'm heading over there today and I have a feeling it might be mid-October, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be about on the market at $850. It's single level. It would be great for somebody that needs a single level and likes redwoods and some sun. And then I have buyer's needs as well. I'm working with a gentleman that is looking for a hobby vineyard. And I went up to Lake County last week and showed him a beautiful property, but there was problems with limitations. So if anybody does have something that has income potential, hobby vineyard, beautiful home, he can go up to 3 million. And then I need another something between 650 and 750 anywhere in Sonoma County, 2-bedroom, 2-bath minimum, on public utilities, and that's pretty much it. Those are my buyers and listings. I'm at 707-477-6292.
Yeah, I think Kendra raised her hand and or put something in the chat that she's interested in your Occidental properties. So you two should hook up. Julie, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I've got a buyer's need. These new buyers that I'm starting to work with are looking for either a home that's already built with 4 bedrooms plus a separate ADU or guest cottage, but it has to be separate from the house. Anywhere from Santa Rosa to Petaluma, hopefully over a half acre, and their budget is up to 1.2. or they're willing to build also. And so we're looking for a piece of land anywhere in the same area, Santa Rosa to Petaluma, half an acre up to about 3 acres. They don't mind if it's on septic and well, but it needs to, if it's on septic, it needs to be able to support, you know, probably 5, maybe 6 bedrooms. So we're kind of having a not so easy time finding a septic that'll support that, but I know there's stuff out there. So if anybody has anything that's off market, my phone number is 707-774-2662. And this is Julie Etchell again.
Thanks, Julie.
So
There's
they need-
about 350 lots available in Sonoma County. So that's a big search, but there's a lot of land inventory out there.
Yeah, we've been looking through them, and they found one they like out of the 70 that they went through.
Okay. Good.
So Julie, I've got a lot in Sebastopol too. Yeah, it's already got plans for a 4-bedroom house and an ADU on it. They're approved plans. You could start building probably in 90 days.
Nice.
On Fellers Lane, but it is listed at $395. And that's a really nice part of Sebastopol. Also have coming a person I've known for years, a home in Pengrove that's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with an ADU unit on it that is separate, has a separate entrance in that house, and that's in Pengrove. So that'll be on in a couple of, but I don't know if that's big enough for you, and it's on over an acre.
Okay. You know, both of those sound like awesome options. Could you text me addresses on those?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Randy.
There's a question in the chat of how big is the Fellers property, Randy?
It is, it's under, I think it's like 3.9 of an acre. But really nice plans. We are requiring people to sign a NDA to get the plans, because we do have a full set of plans, engineering and everything. It's right on the corner of Litchfield and Fellers. He's been pretty firm on his price. He's had an all cash offer that was pretty good, and he turned it down. So he's fairly set on that because of how much he's got into the plans in that. But we can, just email me or text me, and we'll get you a package on that.
Great. Amy, you got something more to add?
Oh, I've been trying to communicate with Mary. So, Mary, my property up in Southern Humboldt was used as a business for a hobby vineyard. There's actually grapes on the property. It has a finished basement. It's got light, power, water. That's one of the uses of the property, was for Terragina Vineyards.
Yeah, I looked at your property. I just think it's a little bit too far. They live in San Jose, and it would be more like a second home. So that was the only thing that, kind of steered me away from it.
Far.
So as I get to know him better, I'll keep it in mind, or for someone else.
Yeah, right. There's also like a separate little area on the property. Right now, there's a yurt and other off-grid utilities. So somebody could do like a glamping or Airbnb section, also as income potential. It was also used as an Airbnb. So lots of uses up there on that property.
Great. Heather, what you got?
I have a buyer's need. I think there's probably 1,000 people looking for, but I have clients that have been looking for quite a while. Their main requirement is at least 2 usable acres, prefer over 3 in South Sebastopol. House is flexible. They'd love 3 or 4 bedrooms, but really they're willing to do the work. They'd love something they can put their own stamp on. So, something older, dated, that's decent size, but really the acreage is the most important. So if you know anything coming up, I'd really love to hear about it.
Thanks, Heather. Trudy, you got your hand up?
Hey guys,
Cameron and I have a great 20-acre parcel with 2 homes on it. It has 2 separate addresses in Laytonville. So it's about a 40-minute drive from Ukiah. It's got numerous greenhouses throughout the property, 88,000 gallons of water storage throughout the property, and solar grid ties. So if you're looking for something that's not too far from Laytonville, it's just about 2 minutes off the 101. But when you get there, it's like you're just not close to anything. And you want to live off the land and to have some room to roam, we have that listed. We just did a big price reduction. We're down to $575 on that.
Sounds good for 20 acres.
It's a beautiful 20 acres.
Yeah, nice. Hey, Karina, I see, was that your price reduction that came through yesterday?
My price reduction? Oh,
Yeah.
for which one?
I don't know. I saw a price reduction up that way yesterday and it was $1 million something. Is that your
Oh,
list?
no, that was not mine. That was probably Dave's. Dave
Oh, okay.
Lucido's.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I want to thank you for the help you're giving us up there. That's you're smoking, chasing out some problems, and I appreciate that.
You're rocking it, girl. Just let's.
Thank you.
You're just simply.
Thank you.
You're such a.
If we don't have any other property, let's get a mortgage update. Any other property listings or buyer needs? Heather, raised your hand again.
Yeah, sorry. If I could just put out there, I did do a price reduction on my property in the McDonald neighborhood in Santa Rosa. It's 1,900 square feet, gorgeous, original details and very modern, updated kitchen and baths. And we're now at $1,065,000. So if you have anyone looking in that area, let me know.
Great. Serena.
I have a couple of property needs actually. I have a buyer that is looking in Sebastopol, Cotati, Pengrove, Petaluma area. And he's looking for probably like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
How you doing it?
Hopefully, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully at least an acre. He's kind of more into the modern type of home and is looking for something that's pretty move-in ready. Does not want a fixer-upper in his budgets. Somewhere between somewhere between 1.2 and 1.7. So we're looking for that. It's we've toured multiple properties, but I think it's just he's looking for something that's pretty ready to go. So, and then I have another buyer she's not well qualified. So she's got a very minimal budget of about $340,000. And she's looking for like a condo or a townhouse or a small home, but she's struggling because she's FHA approved and struggling with the HOAs and the FHAs being accepted at a lot of the condos she's looking at. So if any of you run across a small 1 or 2 bedroom condo in the low 300 range, let me know.
There's a complex there off of Marlowe Road. I think correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, if it's Westmont or it's not West Lynn, that's off Occidental, but they had really affordable homeowners dues there. Pat Paulson in our office just sold one of those. Serena, it might be worth checking out one of those complexes and do a direct letter that you have somebody looking for property like yours for sale.
Okay.
But that's off of Marlowe, close to Piner, and I'm sorry that I'm not I can't remember the damn complex name, but I know they had fairly affordable homeowners association. It
Okay.
actually surprised me.
Okay, awesome. That's a good tip.
They're freaking crazy. They're 500. You're spending 300 for the unit. You're spending 500 a month for homeowners association dues. So
Yeah.
Westmont. Somebody just put it up there on the chat. I think Westmont.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Ann Conger, you have your hand up. Where'd you go, Ann? There you are.
Sorry, I couldn't get the mute off. This is actually a rental need, and if we could fill it, I might then also have a listing to follow. I've got somebody that needs a rural, simple kind of rental, not fancy, preferably 2-bedroom, might get by with one. Between like Sebastopol and the coast, anyway, like Windsor, even up to Cloverdale and the coast, you know, they need a little space and some air. Like I said, not fancy. $2,000 would be great. A little more than that might work.
You froze. Oh.
A little dog. They need to send Conger in the Sebastopol office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Ann.
you.
Eric, what do you got?
Well, two things. One is I had a new listing for 525,000, 3-bedroom, 1-bath in Sonoma Valley, and we were going to look at offers on Monday, upcoming, and received a preemptive offer that we just couldn't refuse. I let the client know that she had the option of waiting until Monday and see what else we got, or look at this preemptive offer. And because it was all cash and 10-day close, she went with it. So it's, you know, the market still has tons of energy in it, and buyers that are willing to kind of go the extra mile and get in there quick. So it was exciting. And as I mentioned before, it's the second 10-day all cash escrow I've done in the last month or so. And boy, that sure feels good, I must say. The other thing I wanted to mention was I wanted to follow up on Joe Hebel's comment about Michaela in our Sonoma office. Besides being extremely competent and knowledgeable, she has just great energy, and she just epitomizes agent support staff. And so kudos to her and management for putting her in Sonoma. She makes it really enjoyable to go into the office, to have someone that's willing and able to assist and help us with our journey.
Very
Great.
good.
Thanks, Eric. Randy, what do you have your hand up for?
I've got my hand up because my eldest daughter is going to wring my neck if I don't ask this question. She adopts everything like I have in my life, whether it's animals or people. And she has an elderly lady that can only afford $800 a month, that has been living at a ranch, and they're going to put the property on the market, so they want her off the property, but she can only afford $800 a month. So if anybody hears anything like that, please reach out to me. So my daughter does know that I've asked everybody for help. So and if you see my Kelsey at the party, please tell her, oh, by the way, your dad did announce I'm trying to find a rental for her elderly lady.
Randy, has she gone through the process of signing up for senior housing? Because that's where she's going to get a place for 800.
Okay, I'll reach out to Kelsey and tell her that.
Yeah, I mean those take time, but that's the way to go if you're a senior with no money.
Okay, senior housing. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Through the county.
So in advance, we want to thank Pinnacle Mortgage Loans for the support of the picnic victuals tomorrow. What exactly is going to be on the menu, Randy?
Oh God, there's paella, there's a boiled crab, there's a vegan broil. I forget his entire list, but I was salivating as I was driving to Lake County. He was talking to me. Dinner will be at 4:30. We want to get everybody set in. And Gary, I think we have the cornhole game in Sonoma.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll look for that.
Yeah, if you could bring that. Christy right now is at Costco getting a full list that Ashley and Haley gave her for the party. There will be beer, wine, seltzers, ciders, Property ID is bringing flavored water drinks and water in that for us. It's going to be, of course, Gary's band is playing, and you know, his band is awesome. We haven't heard him for 3 years, but there are some photos of people dancing, you know, in front of his band. So I'm sure that will happen again. So lots of food. We're going to get a bunch of food for kids and stuff too. So I'm hoping to see children running all over the property, and you know, we've got a little gas-powered golf cart and another little vehicle for those kids that are responsible enough, or adults responsible enough, that want to travel into the lower parts of the property and that. So there's also an archery range if you guys have.
Nice. Hey, do we have liability insurance for archery range?
Yeah. I think I do.
I hope you do.
Actually through 4-H. So
okay.
We 4-H archery range here. So we're looking for great fun. There's bocce ball court and stuff, and so we're just looking for great fun. And we're just, you know, it's so funny that even this morning I told somebody when I had to get gas to go get more gravel to make it easier for you guys to drive in. And I said, you know, she asked what I was doing. I said, well, I'm getting ready for our company party. And she goes, oh my God, it's just so cool. It's just been so long that anybody's talked about anybody getting together. That is just so wonderful. And it was just funny to talk to somebody that was like inspired that we're doing this. So again, looking forward to everybody being here. And it'll be, Milton is a phenomenal cook. Yeah, we'll.
All right. So this started out on home loans, and Deanna and Julie are here, and I'll circle back to you, Mari. I see your hand. But let's do a little mortgage summary. Deanna, you want to start, and then we go to Judy.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Nice to see your smiling faces today. So speaking of Randy's daughter, I do want to remind everybody that I do mortgages, because Randy gave his daughter my phone number to fix a dent in her car.
The wrong Anna.
And I told her that I would be giving you a bad time about it, Randy. So here we go.
Deanna in Sonoma at Daniele's Classic Auto Body, and for some reason, I got the Deanna. I just saw Deanna, and I sent it to Kelsey to get her off my back. So.
Oh yeah, we had a great conversation. After about 5 minutes, she realized, you don't work on cars, do you? No, I work on mortgages.
Well,
I
since
work on money.
Berkeley, I'm glad she picked up on that. So
yeah. Exactly. Well, I just I wanted to get to everybody. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac has given us some really good news. Our first-time home buyers are going to have a little bit of an easier time, because first-time home buyers have never owned a home, and so they are allowing their credit now to be scored as a renter, which means that they're going to have an actual credit score and a mortgage, and it's a renter's history, which is big for us, because renters, the way we used to do it in the old days is that you get a verification of rent. Hopefully it's not a personal, you know, or one house kind of thing. It's an actual rental agency. Then we could get a history. But now it's going to be scored on the credit report, which is a big effort in the movement for first-time home buyers to get into the mortgage industry a little bit easier. So that's my tip for today. Julie, what do you got?
Good morning, everybody. I wanted to address Serena, just give you from a lender's point of view for your person that is in a low purchase price bracket. And I know she's already approved FHA. I just wanted to throw out there is a program called GSFA, which allows the borrower to get a grant as well as some closing costs for up to, I think it's 6%. And so you might want to ask the lender that she's working with to look into GSFA. So number one. And then number two, oftentimes I notice that realtors will put a PUD under a condo. And that is typically how you tell the difference between a PUD and a condo is the amount of the homeowners association dues. And so if she's having trouble finding a condo because the HOA are so high, I would highly suggest you look for just PUDs because they're typically lower priced and their HOAs are much lower than a condo. So that's my 2 cents there. Deanna covered the new FHFA guidelines, which is fantastic. And we also have news on FHA that more lenders are opening up the minimum FICO score. We now have a few that will go down to 580. Normally it's 620. So in some cases, maybe they've had credit instances, not good in the past, but they've got the income, et cetera, to qualify. They can now qualify for FHA with the lower FICO score. So that's it from as far as I can tell. What else is going on? They're talking about tapering down the bond, the Fed's buying bonds. That's going to start happening, I think, towards the end of the year. But for now, our rates are remaining relatively stable, still in high 2s to mid 3s. And I think that's it. Cameron, do you have anything for us today? Hey, Cameron.
Good morning.
Hey, Cameron.
It's good to see you all again. Yeah, so you guys talked a lot about the first-time borrower stuff. What I've been really interested in lately is they're really opening up a lot of the non-QM loan stuff again. A lot of that sort of faded into the background when the pandemic was really at its worst and the loan industry was in a little flux. But there's some great opportunity for your investors who invest in real estate fairly constantly, and they have debt coverage services where basically you qualify on just the rents on that property. You don't have to deal with all the income docs and all that hassle that we all have to jump through those hoops. And then there was a really interesting non-QM program that I saw where they're actually opening up bank statement programs for TIN numbers. So people who aren't full permanent citizens who are self-employed and maybe didn't have the opportunity to buy a house in the past now can use bank statements to qualify, which I thought was really interesting.
Awesome.
Tell us what QM means.
So non-QM is your non-qualified mortgage. So they're not your basic Fannie Freddie mortgage.
Okay.
They're outside lenders who generally portfolio these loans. So they get to kind of make their own rules a little bit. And so it lightens up some of the qualifying and restrictions of your general loans, but they do tend to come with other nuances, slightly higher rates and different things like that.
Yeah, great. Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Those are really good for people with bad credit that are improving it at the moment, but they need to get something right away. I've seen.
Absolutely. So they're good bridge loans for the more of a short-term aspect, but it gets you in your home.
Yeah.
Great. Mari Johnson, you have your hand up.
Hi, yeah. I had two different questions. One was a friend of mine told me about that you can go in and you can to your lender and ask them to lower the rate without actually doing a refi. And he said that he'd had that done. Has anybody heard about that? Is that something that you can, if you want to get your rate lowered, to what's happening now?
I can say something about that. So if they make a phone call to customer service, I've been your customer, I pay my mortgage on time. My rate is currently at 5, but going rates are 3. What can you do for me?
Mhm.
Some lenders will, make arrangements to lower the note rate. The other option, if they've got any sort of cash to add to the loan, they can do what they call a recast. So in other words, they put a chunk of change down towards their mortgage and the lender will then recast the payments so that they're lower and at the new balance. So I think hopefully that answers your question.
Does the term remain where it is? Like if they've had the loan for 5 years, it just doesn't go back to like a 30-year loan?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. And my second question was, there's a lot of stuff happening as far as the coronavirus and masking and being vaccinated. And I was just wondering if this is really to Randy and Gary, is there a position or, things that we're supposed to do with Better Homes and Gardens? I mean, I think probably most of us are fully vaccinated. I don't know, but I just want to know if there's something that we're considering as our position.
Well, we do, per the guidelines to the state, want to wear masks in when we're inside buildings and in close proximity to other people. And the main thing, I think, is if you are feeling ill or not well for whatever reason, you don't know what reason, or you just feel you have a cold or a flu, don't go out. Stay put until that passes. And certainly if you've been in contact with anyone in the last 14 days who's been diagnosed with COVID, then also you don't want to go out until that 14 days passes and you have no further symptoms. So and then we put those guidelines out for the picnic too. If you aren't feeling well, we'll miss you, but please don't come if you're not feeling well. And, we're going to try to minimize personal contact as much as possible. I was at a charity event for La Luz, a nonprofit here in Sonoma Valley about a month ago. And the main MC of the whole event, who's a very gregarious character, was visiting all the tables and all. But it turns out the next week he was diagnosed with COVID.
Oh, great.
We haven't heard of anybody else at the event. There were probably several hundred people, being exposed or contracting COVID from that. But you just don't know. So be careful with your personal contact and stuff like that.
So at open houses, do we ask people to wear masks?
I think inside, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gary, what's the mask policy at the picnic tomorrow?
We weren't going to require masks outside. I don't know what you've arranged for restrooms, Randy. Are we going into a building or what you have portables? What do you got? You're muted, Randy. Randy. You're muted.
He doesn't
I have portables being delivered today outside, and got the ones with hand washing stations in them, so that everybody can wash their hands. And again, be smart. No matter what you think, it's real out there. And I just had my mother had surgery. They kicked her out because the COVID patients, the non-vaccinated COVID patients, they needed the rooms. My daughter had very serious jaw surgery, and after one day, they were planning on keeping her there for 2 days, and they actually needed the beds and kicked her out with a fever, which amazed me considering the surgery she had. But we had to pick her out because the hospital beds were overdone with COVID. So as Gary says, if you've been in contact with somebody, just keep it in mind. Be careful out there. Be careful. We don't want to be a statistic. So yes, and Gary, we just had somebody ask in regards to peds. I have not seen anything that says that peds.
No requirements for peds, Tish. No.
Yeah. So Monica, you've got your hand up.
Well, I've been to a couple outdoor events lately, and it seems that at the buffets, people are not putting their mask on or sanitizing their hands first. And I just think that's an extra layer that we can all observe if we're going to be using common tools or food handler gloves. I don't think Milton's serving tomorrow. It's probably serve yourself, right?
Yeah, we were going to set it up as a buffet style up there. So what I'll do, I think, Heather, maybe since you're at Santa Rosa, I'll be there later today. I think we have a box of hand sanitizers. I should grab those today, or if the girls see them while they're putting things away. I bought extra for there. We'll put it
Down
before
by the
the
utensils or something.
serving lines and stuff. That's a great idea, Monica. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Monica.
And we'll do
Heather,
that.
you have something else, Heather?
I just wanted to let everybody know about the class that's going to be next Friday. We have a training set up on that fairly new legislation, AB 38. We all have new requirements for disclosing and other things when our properties are in fire areas. So there'll be a whole class on that next Friday at 11, put on by Property ID, Lori Boatwright, and their attorney will be presenting everything you need to know about that to protect yourselves and your company and your clients. So come next Friday, sorry, the next Friday at 11.
Yeah, at 11 o'clock. And just when we end this meeting, I'm going to shut it down and then reopen it because we do two different recordings, the training and the sales meeting. We will be covering a number of items that came up this week, contract wise, and particularly the standard of care issue, which is always important. And it was the subject of our weekly practice tip last week. So I'm going to be diving into standard of care a little bit. So that'll be start on the same link. As soon as we're done here, we'll log out and then log back in.
Martha.
Yeah, I
Martha's.
just had a quick question. Can you remind us of the date of our next legal update? And I think that's going to be review of the new RFP.
Right. That's November 5th, Friday, November 5th, from 9:30 to 12:30.
And isn't that new form adopted before then, though?
No, the new form doesn't come out until mid-December.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was October. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a bunch. All right, well, we'll scoot along because we got this training coming up. And it was good to see everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And be well, and hope to see many of you on Saturday, and be safe, okay?
Happy hunting, everybody. Can't wait to see you Saturday.
You have horses, Randy?
Yeah, I have horses. I have goats.
Yay!
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's all there at the Randy Zoo.
Perfect.
Bye,
So
everybody.
do we hop right back in, Gary?
Yeah.
Huh?
Same link, we hop right back
Yeah,
into the same link?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, please.
okay.